Watching this scene from Squid Game made me think about why we as humans are so greedy to the point that we risk our own lives.
Ask the Congress, above and beyond the increases I have earlier requested for space activities, to provide the funds which are needed to meet the following national goals. First, I believe that this nation should commit itself to achieving the goal, before this decade is out, of landing a man on the moon and returning him safely to the Earth. No single space project in this period will be more impressive to mankind or more important for the long-range exploration of space, and none will be so difficult or expensive to accomplish.
Greed is an uncontrolled longing for increase in the acquisition or use of material gain, be it food, money, land, or any other possessions, or social value such as status or power. Greed has been identified as undesirable throughout known human history because it creates behavior conflict between personal and social goals. According to Psychology Today, greed often arises from early negative experiences such as parental abuse, inconsistency, or neglect. In later life, feelings of anxiety and vulnerability, often combined with low self-esteem, lead the person to fixate on a substitute for the love and security that he or she so lacked. The pursuit of this substitute distracts from negative feelings, and its accumulation provides much-needed comfort and reassurance. In other words, more often than not, the person who is greedy towards a certain thing isn't even aware of the greed behind their actions, as they are fixated on the pursuit. Even if they are aware of their greed, it is likely that they would mask their real intentions. Well, what about other animals? Are they greedy just like most humans? Well, it turns out that many animals are not much interested in sharing. The reason is simple: the more you have, the better you are at survival, reproduction, etc. It was observed that wolverines often tend to eat more than what they need or want, and even spoil the leftovers so that the other scavengers can't eat. This behavior fits into the definition of greed, and it is not only acquiring more than what we need, but also about having more than what others have.
Powerful jaws break down the entire animal, including hooves, teeth, and bones. This is his turf and his food. Food that was supposed to be convenient.
Another theory as to why humans are greedy says that it is because we humans can foresee far into the future and make long-term strategies up to the point of our death and even beyond. We do know that humans are the most greedy animals on the planet, but is greed all that bad? Historically, greed always had a negative connotation to it. It is strongly condemned by almost all religions. In the Buddhist tradition, it is said that craving keeps us away from the enlightenment. Similarly, in the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna calls covetousness a great destroyer and foundation of sin. It is covetousness that makes men commit sin. From covetousness proceeds wrath, from covetousness flows lust, and it is from covetousness that loss of judgment, deception, pride, arrogance, and malice, as also vindictiveness, shamelessness, anxiety, cupidity, desire for every kind of improper act, pride of birth, pride of learning, pride of beauty, pride of wealth, pitilessness for all other creatures, malevolence towards all arise. Not only in religion, but today there are studies showing how greed is associated with negative behavior. A study was performed in California wherein they assigned strangers to play Monopoly in a private room. Not so private as they were being recorded, but the said game was rigged. That is, they sent one of the players with an upper hand into the room. That is, they gave him more money. It was observed that the moment the rich person became aware of his upper hand, he became more dominant and rude towards the opponent.
So, we ran a study on the UC Berkeley campus to look at exactly that question. We brought in more than 100 pairs of strangers into the lab, and with the flip of a coin, randomly assigned one of the two to be a rich player in a rigged game. They got 2 times as much money. When they passed go, they collected twice the salary, and they got to roll both dice instead of one, so they got to move around the board a lot more. And over the course of 15 minutes, we watched through hidden cameras what happened. And what I want to do today for the first time is show you a little bit of what we saw. You're going to have to pardon the sound quality in some cases because, again, these were hidden cameras. So we've provided subtitles.
How many 500s did you have?
Just one.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I have 3. I don't know why they gave me so much.
Okay, so it was quickly apparent to players that something was up. One person clearly has a lot more money than the other person, and yet, as the game unfolded, we saw very notable differences and dramatic differences begin to emerge between the two players. The rich player started to move around the board louder, literally smacking the board with their piece as he went around. We were more likely to see signs of dominance and nonverbal signs of displays of power and celebration among the rich players.
It was also observed the people who were more successful had less compassion or empathy towards others. This may not be true with everyone. Greed is also associated with negative psychological states such as stress, exhaustion, anxiety, depression, and despair, and with maladaptive behaviors such as gambling, scavenging, hoarding, trickery, and theft. By overriding reason, compassion, and love, greed loosens family and community ties and undermines the bonds and values upon which society is built. But not everything is negative about greed, in my opinion. Where would we be without people being a bit greedy? Can we guarantee that all the scientific or technological inventions that we enjoy today would have been possible with no one being greedy? I don't think so. It is not unknown that it is greed that has pushed civilizations further. Without some measure of greed, individuals and communities are more likely to run out of resources and to lack the means and motivation to innovate and achieve, making them more vulnerable to extinction. Gordon Gekko from the film Wall Street says that greed, for the lack of better word, is good. Greed is right, greed works. Greed clarifies, cuts through, and captures the essence of evolutionary spirit. Greed, in all of its forms, greed for life, for money, for love, knowledge, has marked the upward surge of mankind. And I agree with him. In my opinion, we all must be greedy to increase our living standard and strive for the best and not settling soon after we achieve a goal. But also, we have to keep in mind not to destroy others or ourselves in the process. This is all about greed. Thanks for watching.